Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this video for the 6 people that are actually watching these. You guys are probably wondering what I actually do all day, because I'm sure if you're following me on, there's so few of you, if you're following me on here, then you know me on Facebook, and you probably think all I do all day is sit around on my phone and steal and share memes. And I do that a lot. I do that a lot, mainly because I'm trying to quit smoking, and instead of taking a break and smoking a cigarette, I take a break for a few minutes, and I just skim my feed, and if I see something I like, I take it and I share it. So that's why I am on Facebook as much as I am. I am also on my phone a lot. I talk to a lot of people, a lot more now than I did a few months ago, after I had a big heart center opening. I'm connecting with people on a very different level now than I had before, and it was really weird at first because I didn't realize that I was absorbing and affecting people that were very far away from me. I mean, through Facebook, on the phone, over vast difference space, and it messed me up really, really bad. I suffered a couple psychic attacks at the same time. I was doing stuff with my, going to the doctor and working on fixing my endocrine system. I have hypothyroidism, so my hormones are shot, and I've been taking medications to try and help me level those out, but they cause insomnia and all kinds of nonsense. So I was struggling between the connections I was having with people and dealing with that. I had a really rough time there for a couple of weeks, but I've gotten past it. So what is my day usually like? Because kids are in school right now, and that's only going to be for the next week. They're done because we live in the South. Once it gets to be 100 degrees every day, then we don't make them go to school. So my morning usually consists of is I get up and I make coffee. I get up at 5 a.m., between 5, even on the weekends I'm up by 7, and I make a pot of coffee. And I sit by myself and I either watch or read the news or something like that, or I I scroll through Facebook and I scroll through all my internet stuff and I check my emails and all that other stuff. Wave at the boat, people. Wonder why they're stopped right there. But, yeah, so I have my coffee and I sit by myself for a while, and then I take my kids to school. When I get home from there, that's when I take my walk, the dogs, and that's one thing I do routine. I try to walk my dogs at 8, 11, 3, 7, and 9. So about 4 or 5 times a day. I really like to walk. I just have to be outside that much. I actually get seasonal depression in the summer down here because it's so freaking hot. I can't go outside because I have hypothyroidism. I have a hard time regulating my body temperature. So, yeah, outside in 100-degree heat, in the humidity down here, we spend a lot of time indoors. So I'll probably be walking a lot less. My whole schedule is going to change as soon as the summer hits. As for a basic daily routine, I don't have one, and I don't like one. Anytime I try to force myself into a daily routine of doing stuff, that's when I start to get depressed because I cannot stand it. I cannot do the same thing every day. It'll drive me insane. So I am I guess you could say like a walk-in tarot reader. I get people who message me during the day and they say, can I get a tarot reading? And I go, sure. Give me however much time I need to go and set up my desk to go do a reading. So that's how I do my readings. They're just walk-ins. I make the buddies. I usually make them the week after the new moon. My whole schedule goes by the moon pretty much. I do certain things from the full moon to the new moon, and then certain things from the new moon to the full moon, and it's the different phases, the waxing and the wanings and all that. I don't even mean to, it's just how things always work out for me. you know, from the full moon to the new moon, I'm usually working on my spell kits, and from full moon to the new moon, I'm working on my spell kits. From the new moon to the full moon, I'm working on the buddies, because the spell kits have to be done before all the ingredients get charged on the new moon. So besides the buddies and besides the tarot readings, how else do I survive? I have been in 3 car accidents, 3 pretty big car accidents. I was T-boned in the passenger seat of my boyfriend's car when I was 18, and that knocked me unconscious, and that was when I started having back issues and stuff like that, and neck issues. Then I was T-boned in the passenger seat in my own car while Tarja was driving, my mom. Those guys, they hit us so hard. Now, they didn't hit, like, the first car accident, she hit the door. Like, the woman straight ran a red light. She slammed into the passenger side door. And I remember turning and looking, and I saw her, and she hit the door. And then the next thing I know, my boyfriend was shaking me awake, and I was gasping for air. And I ended up having to crawl out of the driver's side of the car. And the woman was just walking in circles. I don't even know how she got out of her car, because neither one of her doors are open. She must have climbed out of a window. But she was walking in circles, and then she just laid down in the middle of the road and passed out. It was absolutely bizarre. I was more concerned because I had my 2-year-old nephew in the car. The second accident, I had my niece in the car, and she was 2. They hit us so hard on the front fender that they spun the car around so fast that my back fender hit their car, and then those guys just took off and left. And that car actually made it back to my house. It drove itself. I was very proud of it. And then the third accident I had was a dirt road down here. I hit a patch of clay. And I tried to handle it like you would if you hit snow. And clay's a little bit different than snow. You don't hold the brake. So I stayed on the road for about 30 feet, but then I ended up, I popped the ditch and I landed parallel to the road, but I had wrapped my grandfather-in-law's Dodge around a tree pretty hard. And that Dodge started up the next day too, man. I was proud of that truck. I've always had weird vehicles, man. They can just take beatings. It's unreal. But, so I jacked up my neck and my back pretty bad. So yeah, I do get a monthly payment that keeps my bills paid. It's not money, but my bills are all paid. I don't really have to worry. My rent's covered, all my little extra, I have enough that all my bills get paid first of the month. I don't even have to worry about it. It's all auto taken care of. And then the buddies and the tarot reading and all that, that's all the extra stuff that I do. And like all the crystals that I have, those all they came to me. They were either gifts or I found them super cheap in thrift stores. So I don't need a lot of money. I never have. I just did a video right before I filmed this one about the frequency of enough and dumb luck. And so that's, I don't need a lot to be happy. I mean, as long as I can get to places like this, I don't need a huge house. What do I need a huge house for? I have the earth, man, and I don't understand how people don't appreciate that. It blows my mind completely. So, I don't know, that's the day in my life. The only thing I do routine is I have a cup of coffee by myself in the morning. And then the rest of the day, it's just, I just run on whatever the universe, whatever direction it pulls me in. Some days I spend all day talking to people in portals. Some days well, not all day, but in and out. Like I have select people. I have certain people that I'm really connected with, that we send messages back and forth to each other quite often now, just because we're all pretty much streamlined on the same track. Then I have the people on my Facebook page that I try to, I post a lot of empowering women stuff, and that's because most of my followers are women, and I'm trying to get them to be less codependent on a physical relationship with people. That's been my big message for 2019 for what I'm supposed to be promoting is letting go of being independent. But men get mad at me a lot on Facebook, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know. Someone needs to make some empowering guy memes about how you guys don't need to constantly be seeking gratification from a woman wanting you. That's a serious issue going on. I mean, y'all talk about women are bad. You guys, I'm like, if you're not going around plowing anything with a warm hole, you feel like you're nothing, and it's really quite sad. So that's what I'm working on with my messages for 2019. And I'm working with a store, a local spiritual shop that's building up a little community going on. I'm going to be selling some of my art and my altar buddies and my wands and glass and all that over there here soon. I just got to get up a large enough inventory that's not on my SD site that I can bring to her. So that's what I'm really going to be working on this summer. And as for the summer routine, I'm going to be spending a lot of time inside. The videos I'm going to be making Lego videos with my kids. I promised them that I will help them build sets for background sets that they can build little Lego villages and make videos on storylines and stuff like that. I promised them they can make a YouTube channel because that's what they really want to do. And the only time those two get along is if they're playing with their Legos. So I'm just going to roll with that this summer and see how that goes. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm doing all the time. I'm just dumb luck, blindly following the universe. It keeps my bank account. Whenever I need something, my bank account's got my back. Whenever something breaks in my car, I always have just enough to fix it. Whenever I need something from the store, I always have enough to cover whatever it is I need from the store. So if you are ever in the position where I'm asking you how you're manifesting something in your life, I may be a little bit misleading, and that's only because I'm trying to figure out exactly how you're doing something, because I want to know how you operate. So yeah, so that's about all I have for this one, and I'll talk to you guys later.